Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We're really excited to share something truly innovative with you, timber like you've never seen before. At Paradise Timbers, we're always looking for solutions that are not only high-performing, but also sustainable, beautiful, and forward-thinking, and that's exactly what Crafted Hardwoods brings to the table. Today, I'm thrilled to introduce Darren, who joins us from Crafted Hardwoods, the team behind this groundbreaking product. Darren has been closely involved in the development and delivery of this engineered timber, and he's here to give us a deeper look into how it's made, the technology behind it, and the many ways it can be used, from stair treads to furniture to feature walls. Darren, we're so glad to have you with us.
Crafted Hardwoods was born in March 2023 with one clear but ambitious goal: to rethink hardwood supply in a way that's both sustainable and scalable. We're a young company, but research and development has been going for nearly 10 years now and is backed by some global industry leaders. Before I dive into what we do, let me share a bit about our values. For us, sustainability isn't just about responsible forestry, it's about the impact we can have. Innovation holds the power to drive meaningful change, and at the heart of our business, it fuels everything we do. I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity to share our work and the positive impact it's creating. So now I'll talk a bit about timber in general. Timber has stood the test of time in construction. Take the Haruji Temple in Japan, completed in the 7th century. It's still standing strong over 1400 years later. This speaks volumes about the enduring benefits and longevity of timber as a building material. Today, timber remains as one of the most versatile and cherished materials in architecture, design, and construction. It adds warmth, character, and deep connection to nature. But the challenge we face now is sourcing it sustainably, which is becoming increasingly difficult. The reality is demand for hardwood is soaring, but supply simply can't keep up. Hardwood trees have a very slow natural growing process of plus or minus 75 years. The maturity is what gives them the density and durability. We're seeing increasing government legislation to protect native forests, with the ban on logging native Victorian ash being a prime example of that. Traditional sawmilling is incredibly inefficient, with a log to lumber yield of just 33%. Picture square shapes out of a round object. And demand, the World Bank predicts that it will quadruple by 2050, driven by economic and population growth. With all those things in mind, with the current approach, if we just keep doing the same thing over and over again, there's no way that we'll be able to keep up with what's been forecasted, and something has to change. And this is where we come in. Our value proposition isn't just about providing another timber option, it's about changing the way we think about wood resources entirely. And to achieve this, we're leveraging a groundbreaking technology developed right here in Australia. But before we go into detail on the finished product, let's step back and take a look at the bigger picture. In the timber industry, not all logs are created equal. A huge portion of harvested wood is classified as low grade, unsuitable for premium applications, and often overlooked and underutilized. When we talk about low grade hardwood resources, we're really looking at materials that typically fall outside of the scope of high value timber products. Traditionally, most of that material ends up chipped for pulp and paper, exported as wood chips, or turned into firewood and biomass energy. Some of it's used in engineered wood products, things like particle board and MDF, but even then, you're really looking at low value applications. In many cases, what's left over ends up as mulch, or worse, goes to waste altogether. What this shows is that we have a huge pool of timber resources that historically has been underutilized or undervalued, and that's exactly where our innovation comes in, turning what is once seen as low grade into something that's truly premium in a finished product. So we take these low grade timber resources that were once never destined for the construction market and transforming them into beautiful high performance hardwoods. We're not just holding on to the natural warmth and character of wood, we're pushing it further than that. We're making timber that's strong and stable as century-old trees, whilst keeping it toxin-free, recyclable, and genuinely sustainable. It's a whole new way of thinking about wood, and it's really, really exciting. By adding value to resources that would typically be underused, we can make a really big impact. For example, our process dramatically improves resource efficiency, helps reduce pressure on forests, and contribute to a more secure supply chain. Plus, with the ability to tap into juvenile resources, we're able to unlock valuable timber decades before it would traditionally reach maturity. Another big advantage of that is young trees sequester carbon at a much faster rate than older trees, which I'll touch on in a moment. And importantly, all of our raw material comes from sustainably managed forests with full FSC or PEFC certification. So not only do we use what the industry considers as low grade, but our logs also get processed in a way that recovers twice as much usable timber from those logs, thanks to rotary peeling them, which significantly outperforms traditional milling in yield from log to sawn timber. You may remember earlier when I told you that traditional methods of milling hardwood had an average yield of just 33%. Thinking with the increasing pressure to reduce our resource consumption, it's crucial that we find more efficient ways to process our timber resources. By using rotary peeling, we can recover up to 65% of usable timber, double the yield from each log. This results in significantly less wastage and much greater efficiency. You can see here on the right what's left of a log after being rotary peeled. That's the center of the tree. When you see it in person, and even that photo, it's very impressive what you can achieve. It's a carbon side of things. I think it's fair to assume a general audience would know that trees sequester and store carbon. What a lot of people may not know is that younger trees sequester carbon at a much higher rate as they grow than older, more established trees. Whilst older trees obviously can store that carbon for longer periods of time. Our process, which allows us to tap into juvenile resources, makes it possible to cycle a plantation many times more in the same period it would take for a traditional forest to mature for harvest, which has the potential to keep plantations in a constant state of high sequestration, whilst leaving old growth native forests alone to store the carbon long term. So we'll get on to the technical side of what we do. The technology we use to achieve this was created by 3RT Australia in partnership with Flinders University, Henkel as the glue maker, and Bosch as the machinery side of things. At the heart of the process is a water-based, non-toxic nano-glue, which acts as a natural, biomimics natural lignin found in trees, which is what gives mature hardwoods their incredible properties. The wood fibers are coated both sides, then layered and pressed together in a way that recreates the organic form. If you've seen our fold pattern, which is sort of my background here, to recreate the organic form and movement found in traditional timber, creating a beautiful, durable timber that rivals anything nature has grown for decades. The process is so efficient that a single machine can produce 300 kilograms of timber every 15 minutes. Our finished billets are square and consistent in size at 2.5 meters long, 500 mil wide, and 250 mil deep, whichever way you rotate it. And it's very easy for us to cut them to many different sizes and shapes with minimal wastage. As you can see here, even the offcuts can be repurposed into smaller sections like dowels or battens very easily. Most of the products that we design have this in mind, so using as much of the billet as possible. With standard modern machining such as finger joining, laminating, or traditional craftsmanship joins like scarf or half lap joints. Options are almost endless, and Natalie will run you through it later what their solution is to that as well. It's quite unique to them. Our material is incredibly versatile and embodies everything we feel that our customers want: beauty, sustainability, and performance. It's designed to support carbon positive building and is perfectly positioned to meet sustainability goals, fueling bold ideas and groundbreaking designs. We also feel that our timbers are ready for pretty much anything you can throw at them, from residential and commercial interiors to furniture, cladding, and even select structural applications. We really love collaborating with our clients, hearing their ideas, helping them understand our story and what makes our timbers unique. It's exciting to be a part of projects that push boundaries and fuels our mission when we see our materials contributing to spaces that people will use and enjoy for years to come. Our goal with our material is to expand the supply of appearance grade hardwood and offer an additional high quality option for both indoor and outdoor applications. It fills a unique space in the premium decorative market while remaining competitively priced. With its exceptional properties, we're on track soon to offer a certified structural range as well. It's important to note that in this graph, like we aren't a structural only product like LVL, we're more of an appearance grade product, like lining boards, stair treads, which I'll cover off in a minute. Technology we use opens up so many new possibilities in the unconventional and has the potential to reshape parts of the construction industry. If you just picture a 480 by 480 structural column made from spotted gum or blackbutt, both incredibly dense at around 900 to 1,000 kilos a cubic meter, with a char rate of less than half a millimeter per minute. Now imagine building a 5 meter high column using just 4 billets. We could achieve that in producing that in just 60 minutes. It's human to do that. So that's the unconventional things that potentially the future holds. Like any other timber product, we have access to different species. We offer both Australian and imported species. Australian species, eucalypts, have a rich, powerful aesthetic that's perfect for creating bold, striking designs. On the other hand, more imported species can tend to have a cleaner look, offering a different kind of appeal. While we're passionate about supporting Australian timber, what's really important here is that no matter the origin of the species, our process is still a positive solution. Whether it's domestic or imported, we're upcycling low value resources and making the most of any material we're using. As part of our growth as a business, we have plans that more species and choice will become available. If you think back to what I showed you before about how the size of the block, you would have noticed that there was a 500 and a 250 side. For each species, that creates a choice, an additional choice of 2 grain cart options, which we call quarter sawn, which is the 500 mil side, which you could get 500 by 250 mil in size, which is quite large for a seasoned properties product, and back sawns flip the other way, so 250 across the broad face and 500 deep. For the really adventurous and artistic or bold people out there, what we've done a few different trials to mix species successfully. What you see on the screen there is a mixture of hoop pine and jarrah. We've also done New South Wales spotted gum and paulownia with success, which it's not everyone's cup of tea, obviously, but the potential's there. I think it's time just to show you a few examples, visuals of what people have been able to achieve with our material to date. I think it goes without saying how beautiful it is. It's hard to think that could just end up being waste product, and this is the outcome. It's perfect for furniture, dowels, battens, posts and beams, particularly that one down on the bottom right. So What in Sydney use a 70 mil section of our material for that top, and bullnose the end, so really accentuating the grain pattern in the quarter sawn. It's really special. Internal linings is a very popular application for us. I think that added choice in species and cut really do allow designers to achieve some awesome outcomes. This one here is the Blackbutt backsawn. It's in John Williamstown in Victoria. Stair treads are one of the fastest products to be produced, especially in a 70mm stair tread. If you were to picture, most 70mm stair treads are 7 to 8 pieces of timber laminated together. With ours, because of the size of the block, it's quite unique, where we can just cut one piece off, minimal labor, very easy for us to supply. Therefore, it is one of our more successful areas. For this particular project, they used it for stair treads and risers. They also used it for flooring and the curved handrail within that job. What it doesn't show you is there's also lining under the stair as well, which come up a treat. Indoor decorative, one of our first projects was Canberra's Civil Aviation Safety Authority, which was designed by the Mill Architecture and Design. Timber was used throughout for pergolas and battens, and we're on to our third project with them at the moment, which is a testament to our ability to deliver projects and coordinate, which I'm sure Paradise Timber would be even better than us at. In this one, just showcasing our material in acoustic boots, first booth by Zenith, and their platformer range also. Is just some flooring in different cuts, your quarter sawn on the left, back sawn in the middle, and quarter sawn again. Obviously available in various thicknesses, finishes, and stains. And just a few extra applications here, but possibilities are endless. We're committed to continuous innovation and to reach the full potential of our material. For example, we have plans in the future to be able to H3 treat our veneers in line in the process, which would be super unique, treating the block from inside out, providing quite a significant warranty on external use in the process. Some of the things that our customers love about us through feedback is how proactive, transparent, and customer focused we are. I've learned that many of them have previously stuck with suppliers through COVID, even though there was a decline in service, really around their concerns over stable supply long term. It's been rewarding to connect with people like that and offer them a reliable long-term supply they need to grow their business with confidence. I'm sure everyone sees the news, like the Australian forestry industry is facing some of the toughest challenges in its history, impacting both supply and quality. We're here to support local manufacturing and businesses to provide peace of mind that quoting a job today won't hurt them in the long term, and often we do hold our pricing for 12 months, which is quite unique in today's climate. Our framework, what we build our business around, is all aligned with practices, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, using them as a framework to ensure our impact is positive, measurable, and future focused. The SDGs guides us in continuously improving so that every product we create contributes to a more sustainable built environment. So giving back is really important in this day and age, that sustainability isn't just about the environmental impact. It's about contributing to a future that benefits people, communities, and ecosystems as a whole. And that's why our commitment extends beyond just our material. We're proud partners with One Tree Planted, supporting global forestation efforts. As we grow, we also aim to support more and more charities. This ensures our impact reaches well beyond timber, helping restore ecosystems and uplift communities. At the end of the day, you can't just have a good product. You need to be offering more than that. Architects, builders, and designers need materials they can trust. Our value proposition delivers that, offering a high quality material with great structural stability and a beautiful aesthetic. What sets us apart comes down to 3 key pillars in our value proposition. Sustainability, we're committed to offer a material that does not jeopardize our native forests. It comes with no risk of illegal logging, a material that is locally produced, non-toxic, recyclable, and that supports a circular economy with properties and structural ratings to be able to replace aluminium and steel. Service. We strive to improve the level of service traditionally offered by the timber industry and become your first choice in timber supply. We're addressing the global challenges related to wood availability by offering a new, reliable supply of quality timber for the industries that depend on it. And we're committed to continuous innovation through our partnership with 3RT Technology. What we do today is awesome, but what we do in the future will be even better. And economic value add. We're offering premium hardwoods at prices that remain highly competitive in the market. We're providing security in material costs over time to help prevent our clients' margin erosion and contributing to a carbon neutral environment and achieving ESG reporting standards. At the core, we believe the future of timber is about creating value, driving progress, and turning challenges into opportunities. We're about more than just fulfilling a need. We're about shaping a smarter, more efficient industry. Really appreciate your time in hearing about Crafted Hardwoods.
We've recently expanded our space to showcase an exciting new display that highlights the design potential of timber in all its forms. This new area features a curated collection of our own timber wall solutions, including our classic VJ paneling, as well as more contemporary profiles like ridged, canyon, scalloped, and grooved paneling designs. Each profile has been carefully chosen to help inspire your next project, whether it's residential, commercial, or something entirely bespoke. We wanted a space where you can see, touch, and imagine the possibilities of timber brought to life. It's the perfect complement to the innovation we're seeing with products like Crafted Hardwoods, and we're so excited to show you how it all comes together. The 300mm dominoed overlap joint is presented as a specific solution offered by Paradise Timbers for use with Crafted Hardwoods material, primarily for creating extra long stair treads. This joint is highlighted as a way to produce seamless, sturdy, and sleek stair treads. A significant advantage of this joint is that it eliminates the need for customer to laminate, building on Crafted Hardwoods' existing capability to produce stair treads up to 2.5 meters long and 250 millimeters thick as a single slice off a block without a single join, making thicker treads considerably more cost-effective.